Allow the children
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, politico, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. Politico, this one not the off in mind. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, my ego don't come, my people make you shout, my ego don't come. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Presido bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun live. It should be Mayegun, brunch time with Mayegun. Thank you so much for joining us at this brunch time. And this is the moment where snippets into what is still to come on the program or on the platform is shared. So please read the caption of this broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Like it and share it. To invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Yeah, your frenemies. Tell them that it is brunch time with Mayegun live. Brethren, the news that hit us early this morning was that of the Foundation for Investigative Journalism in Nigeria, Fisayo Soyombo, the young man who has dedicated his life in exposing the institutionalized corruption in Nigeria. He is a man who had gone beyond reporting by putting himself in the arm's way in participating clandestinely in the systemic corruption that has pervaded the contraption called Nigeria. To everyone who knows Fisayo very well, the APC, Egbekegbese Ronukus, they despise him, just same way they despise David Undenyi. Sometimes they would prefer this guy to David because David is somebody who doesn't really keep prisoners. When David comes for you, it is shoot to kill. Unfortunately, his craft is not really welcomed in that contraption, unfortunately. But you see, for Fisayo will put himself his own safety on the line in investigating the institutionalized corruption. Fisayo investigated the Nigerian police as well as their collaboration with the judiciary, where criminals could get preferential treatment in our supposed criminal justice system of that contraption. Fisayo Soyombo has won many awards, right, for risking his own life in bringing to us the true story, the facts of how rotten the Nigerian system is. Fisayo Soyombo has done so many investigative jobs. For example, a few years back, he put his life on the line when he volunteered to be smuggled by the human traffickers out of Nigeria, where he ended up in this Agadez on the way to Libya, just to report what the average Nigerians, young Nigerians are facing in trying to escape from Nigeria and how much the corrupt Nigerian immigration system is in cahoots, in partnership with human traffickers in Nigeria. He came back with the reports. That never changed anything. Fisayo Soyombo also investigated the Nigerian police, the corrupt police in Nigeria, as well as the judicial bandits, where a person, right, reported that Fisayo Soyombo did not want to pay for a car he bought from them, and he owed them money. And the Nigerian police arrested him, and they asked or demanded for bribe. When he wouldn't pay the bribe, they sent him to prison in collaboration with another judge, right? And they were asking him to pay money, and they will let him go, and they should forget about the person that told them to arrest him. But because he wanted to show to us how rotten the criminal justice system of Nigeria is, he went to jail only for him to see more from the four walls of Nigerian prison and what was going on inside the place. Eventually, the person that took him to, arrested him, decided to drop the case. Drop the case because it was a sting operation. That too never changed anything. Fisayo Soyombo carried out a sting operation on the Nigerian customs, where he exposed and still exposing the collaboration between the Nigerian custom and the smugglers, those who are smuggling, contrabands into Nigeria, rice, drugs, weapons. He did not just report on them, he exposed their names and those behind it. Rather, they ignored him. So 3 days ago, Fisayo Soyombo will probably, by now, maybe in another few days, it would have probably been regaling us with the reports of how the Nigerian Army, as well as the bunkers, in fact, how the Nigerian Army has been the brain behind the stealing of Nigeria crude oil. You see, these reports or this kind of stories, they are not really new to Nigerians. We've heard a lot about the collaboration of the supposed law enforcement agents in Nigeria collaborating with criminals to further destroy that contraption. But we've never really had any investigative journalist go into these corrupt institutions in Nigeria to bring to us the real story, how they have been doing it. So this morning, the Foundation for Investigative Journalism, FIJ, raised the alarm that the Nigerian Army had kidnapped Fisayo Soyombo, and they've locked him up for 3 days. They took his phone, took his laptop, took other things that he's been using to cover all the activities of oil bunkers. And if nothing is done ASAP, the Nigerian Army would delete all this evidence. Few hours later, the Nigerian Army that kidnapped Fisayo Soyombo in Port Harcourt and did not tell anyone that they arrested a journalist, decided to come out to say Fisayo Soyombo was caught with some criminals doing oil bunkering. And guess those who practically just jumped up? The Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, the druggy supporters. According to them, finally, and don't touch Fisayo. Because some of them were not happy that Fisayo Soyombo exposed not only that he reported the smuggling syndicates in Nigeria, he actually recorded the act of smuggling into Nigeria with tens of videos to back it up. The Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, the bat idiots, the bastards, bunch of criminals, they were calling for his head. They said Fisayo is targeting someone's means of business, like is targeting some people's livelihood. Because if you are not a criminal, you can't really support a Tifnumbu in good conscience. You must be a hardened criminal. to support a Tifnumbu or be a supporter of APC, whoever is exposing crime or any crime that involves the government, the criminals in Nigeria who are the friends of the government, is considered an attack on them. So according to them, why should Fisayo be showing the smugglers? Why is he attacking the livelihood of some people? So one day, and go touch him. So Fisayo, who was in the Port Harcourt for about 4 days, for about 7 days now from the report we gathered. 4 days into the sting operation, the Nigerian Army, discovering that he is a journalist, he is not a bunker, they arrested him. And they kept him in their custody for over 3 days. They did not alert the public. They did not hand him over to the police. Rather, they confiscated all his equipment, all, his recording equipment. And they released a statement this morning by telling all of us that he was arrested with illegal bunkers. And for those who know better, Fisayo Soyombo is recording the activities of the Nigerian Army, especially their officers who are those behind the stealing of a Nigeria crude oil, something they threatened Asari Dokupig for. Remember, they told Asari that they will kill Asari if Asari dared to fight them. Asari Dokudump came out and said, the people behind oil bunkering in Niger Delta, they are the Nigerian Army. He said it boldly. And since then, they have been looking for means of taking him out. It's just going to be, anyway. So people are reacting. If you caught a journalist doing a sting operation, and then he identified himself as a journalist, should you still lock him up, detain him until people raise alarm? So today, people are calling on the Nigerian Army that are acting like they are above the law, which I think they are, to be honest, to release Fisayo Soyombo, a journalist that was going to expose them if he was not, discovered. So right now, a lot of people are kind of adding their voice, and we intend to see how that play out by the end of the day. So away from Soyombo, talking about the same oil, the NNPC, they have come out again. The Melekiyari, not Melekiyari per se, they said they are not selling the refinery. In fact, let's start with this. They said that person who came out to confirm to us that the Portharcourt Refinery is actually not working, to confirm our own suspicion. So they have come out to debunk that, to say that person is a self-made oil, whatever. That you should not believe him. Rather, you should believe us, the NNPC, as well as their friends. On the part of them selling the PMS at 1,045 naira, 75 naira above Dangote's price, a locally refined product, more expensive than somebody who is importing his own crude oil. They said, we don't have any explanation for that. But the only thing we can tell you is that we did not set the price yesterday when somebody told you that it's being sold for 1,045 naira per litre. Now we have set the price. Per litre is going to be 1,030 naira. So the lies of them selling the old stock as they claimed is no longer sticking. They are insisting now that the one they are selling is refined inside the Port Harcourt old refinery. I told you, like, whenever they are caught and exposed, they will double down. It is always their modus operandi. Double down. When they are caught in their propaganda and lies, double down. Anyone who disagrees, then they will unleash their security force or their security agents on you, kidnap you, lock you up, and force you to retract. So when people come out in the face of these rogues, in this moment of propaganda, to tell you the truth, I want you to understand the type of risk or the kind of risks they are taking. The risks that will likely put their own lives and livelihood in danger. So according to the NNPCL, they are refining crude oil inside the Portharcourt Refinery. And the final product is going to be sold for 1,030 naira. And this is NNPCL. So which means the marketers that will buy from them, which is total falsehood, by the way. I am just using their own, the word they put out there. Everything they are saying is total falsehood, right? However, this their imported fuel, PMS, that they are currently, diluting. They call it blending. I call it dilution. They are diluting in Port Harcourt, where only 3-4 trucks can be loaded in a single day, even though they told you that they are loading 200 trucks. A lie. So now this is their own their own retail price. So which means the marketers that will buy from them would have to go out there and sell it for maybe 1,000 to 1,003 or even 1,500 naira per litre. Depends on the distance. Okay. Right now, a litre of petroleum in the Niger Delta region is above 1,200 naira per litre. They were supposed to be the owners of the crude oil, ladies and gentlemen. However, this scheme, this scam of a regime continue giving. By the way, they continue. Like I said, they are doubling down. So right now, if you raise, I probably would have wanted somebody like Fisayo Soyombo to be on their case. But Nigeria is such an unreal place, okay, where even the people wanted to be lied to. If you dare try to kind of tell them the truth, you will be sacrificed on the altar of falsehood. That is what the Nigeria is all about. As much as the whole thing is not adding up, they still want to believe the lie. Imagine a Ronuku telling you that, yes, the price is still going to come down when the dollar and naira comes down. So the price of petroleum, they were supposed to have refined in Nigeria inside the Portharcourt Refinery. And somebody is talking about dollars, talking about naira. A supposed national refinery, okay? So they wanted the lies to be true. And if you question it, you are going to be tagged the enemies of progress, enemies of Nigeria. So aren't they lucky? The Nigerian criminal politicians, are they not so lucky? If you are looking for the luckiest job in the world, go and be a politician in Nigeria, a politician inside that contraption. There are already man-made, ready-made zombies, the voluntary slaves. The same contraption that sent comedians, skit makers, and they call them scientists. Take a look at the logo on the top of this photo. PCNGI, PICNG. This is a supposed government of Nigeria, government of Tinubu's body, an agency in charge and promoting the CNG in Nigeria. And take a look at the name on this image on your screen. Olayinka Okunujade or Akenujade, Ola of Lagos, a former, what do you call it? A former street, I think it was a former door boy, right? Who was a complete illiterate. Was sent to India. And when they made a video of him talking about to go and study the CNG, the technicality of a CNG, how CNG is good for your car, compressed natural gas. Guess what they called him? They called him the scientist. In the video that they are making for their propaganda, they called this former door boy, who is now running, creating content to help people who are selling cars. You know, if you have luxury cars, if you have a luxury house, his keyword is plenty, is plenty. Wow, see that fire, is plenty. Now they call him a scientist. Okay, Tifnumbu's government called this boy a scientist so as to promote their, fraudulent CNG ideology in that contraption. So if you are a scientist, or if you are, for example, if you are an engineering student or engineer, you are an engineer, I mean, you should feel insulted, okay, that the person that is going to come and explain the technicality of a CNG to you is a former door boy, a content creator that Tifnumbu and his gang called a scientist. Isn't that really like ridiculous? This is the type of propaganda they are pushing in that contraption. None of them will use the CNG car. None of them will even enter any CNG bus. But if the price is right, their job is to convince you that their CNG is safe, is plenty. Okwo, very, very plenty. Now, we'll leave them there, okay? And take a tour back to France. You see, more revelations are coming on why France is courting Tifnumbu. I didn't even know at the time that most of the Francophone countries, they have severed relationship with France. They no longer want to be with France. No joke. Senegal has told France to remove all their base, right, from their country. Not only that, all the French companies that are milking Senegal, they have been told to leave. Okay? Same thing with Chad. Chad, recently, they said, has also cancelled their defense cooperation with France, which means they no longer want to buy weapons from France, and they don't want French forces in their countries too. All the French companies taking their own mineral resources, they have also been told to leave. Remember that Burkina Faso started it, Niger, and then Mali. So now, it's not just that too. Even the Côte d'Ivoire, they've told them, Togo, they've told France to go to hell. They don't want them in their country anymore. So this is happening. In the last 2 years, this economic reversal has hit France so much that Shaguri, who has been holed up in France, wanted in some countries, the confidant of Tifnumbu, the man that sold the Aluku plane to Nigeria for $150 million, told them that with Tifnumbu, trust me, we can possibly regain everything that the French government have lost in these West African countries. So Shaguri, right, not only facilitated this druggie. How come your mouth can't be like this? They say if it be, I don't know, I don't want to be a doctor, okay? But those of you who are pretty much able to tell us what this means, okay? I noticed that recently and I was like, Shoni stroke ini. What happened to him like this? Some said that drug abuse and drug overuse or something. Anyway, so France has now been cutting the English-speaking West African countries just early this month, right? They invited Akufo-Addo, the man that also ran the Ghana economy aground. This guy destroyed Ghana economy beyond anything anybody can relate with as we speak. Remember that Ghana, that they used to tell you that Ghana is getting better, Ghana is this and that. They also voted for their own APC. Egbekegbe, Akufo-Addo has destroyed Ghana economy, just like they've destroyed Nigeria economy. He opened the door to the IMF, to the World Bank. And today, Ghana, like many other West African countries, they are now going about with a board, Bambi Allah board. So early this month, Macron actually honored Akufo-Addo with the title of Grand Officer de la Légion d'Honneur by France, right? That means it's like the highest honor to be given to international head of states or head of state of another country in France, because they wanted access to Ghanaian resources like their gold, their tea, coffee. Anything they can take from Ghana. It's the same way they went to go and bring Tifnumbu to serenade him. He even called him daddy when Tifnumbu arrived for dinner last night. He called him, oh, daddy.
Hello, Daddy. Yeah. Look here.
Right here, Mr. President.
Mr. President. Okay.
How are you? Hello, Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
How are they today?
I hope that you have treated them wonderfully. We've had a great time so far.
Okay, we are having
Oh,
a very good one.
great. I hope you're not too cold, Mr. President.
No, control.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Very good.
More posts. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. President. Okay. 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 Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Bauchi State.
So, Remi Werepe, Rat, was there to present Calabash from Bauchi State. as they negotiate away how the resources of Nigeria can replace what these Francophone African countries are taking back from France. So like I said, it was the same guy, Macron, that serenaded the president of Ghana. In 2022, right, out of his own corrupt life, Akufo-Addo was alleged to have bought himself a retirement home in France, in Nice, France, where he is expected to abscond to once his tenure as president of Ghana ends next year or so, right? So he's going to leave Ghana and he's going to go to Nice in France. But 7 years ago, the same Akufo-Addo once told Macron this.
In the question, we can no longer continue to make policy for ourselves, in our country, in our region, in our continent, on the basis of whatever support the Western world or France or the European Union can give us. It will not work. It has not worked, and it will not work. Our responsibility is to charter a path which is about how we can develop our nations ourselves. It is not right for a country like Ghana, 60 years after independence, to still have its health and education budgets being financed on the basis of the generosity and charity of European taxpayers. By now, we should be able to finance our basic needs ourselves. And if we are going to look at the next 60 years as a period of transition, a period whereby we can stand on our own feet, our perspective has not to be what the French taxpayer decides to do with whatever surpluses that they have in France. They're welcome. They are appreciated. Whatever interventions that the French taxpayer through their governments make to us are appreciated. We're not going to lick a gift horse in the mouth. But this continent, with all that has happened, is still today the repository of at least 30% of the most important minerals of the world. It's a continent of vast, arable and fertile lands. It has the youngest population of any of the continents in the world. So it has the energy and the dynamism. We've seen it. These young men who are showing so much resilience
So today, the same Akufo-Addo 7 years later is now a very willing tool in the hand of France. So last night, they had to bring in the French band to perform Nigerian music. Nigerian music. Oh dear, it is so cringy, but they were clapping. Okay? To make Tinubu feel like he's a royalty. To make Remi to feel like the wife of a royal father. Right? Whilst they sign off the Nigeria's heritage to this imperialist in France. This is cringy, by the way. It's not funny.
Now I'm giving my testimony, oh. I'm giving the beat and I'm giving the heat, so hey. Now I'm giving them everything, oh. I'm living my life, I don't have money, hey. I taste money, hey. My God, I'm allergic to poverty. You saw it. So I'm using my sign to gather the poverty. Say, okay, no time, like the Statue of Liberty. Nobody knows tomorrow, so I'll be holding my destiny. Hey, as if you said a jungle, oh. Some people they bubble, oh. Hey. I continue the struggle, oh. Struggle they double my Esther, oh. Hey. As if you said a jungle, oh. Some people they bubble, oh. Hey. I continue the struggle, oh. They double my hustle, hey. So I'm giving my testimony, oh. I'm don't chop money. Hey, I don't chop money. Hey, now my testimony, my testimony, my testimony. I don't chop, I don't testimony. I don't testimony. Hey, now my testimony, testimony, my testimony. I don't chop, I don't testimony. Hey, I don't testimony. Hey, je m'appelle chop money. It's good to be saving for rainy days. Cause in life is a delicate, so make you not see me as evidence. Baba God my confidence. His blessing and endless, as if he send a jungle, some people they bubble, I continue the struggle, struggle the double my Esther, as if he send a jungle, people they bubble, I continue the struggle, the double my Esther, hey, now I'm giving the testimony, I'm giving the beat and I'm giving the heat, hey, now I'm giving them everything, I'm living my life, I don't chop money. Hey, I don't test money. Hey, my testimony, my testimony, my testimony. I don't chop, I don't testimony. Hey, I don't testimony. Hey, my testimony, my testimony, my testimony. I don't chop, I don't testimony. Hey, I don't testimony. You can forget your sorrow. Makachuku, you go buy and play for your moto. Sara, 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 their beat is Tana, Tana. It gon' make you mania, mania. It has to see mania, mania. This is for people with chalacha. Hey, people with kalaka. Hey, Nani Walanya. Hey, Nani Karanya. It gon' make you feel better. This can take you away, whatever. This can take you away, whatever. It gon' make you feel larger. Oh, yeah, let's go to Zambia, Uganda, South Africa, Togo, Cameroon, Burundi, also Benin, Africa, litre time. It's dancing, make it dance,
I don't shop the money. I don't test the money. My testimony. Testimony. I don't testimony. Ah, God damn it, man. All because they lost their generational piggy banks. The Francophone countries. See, no matter how much some of us who, these British colonies, former colonies, how we see the British and colonialism. You should be thanking your stars that you are not from the French-speaking colonies. Because after they gave them independence, right? Fake independence. They are still making them pay colonial taxes. Do you know that? French-speaking countries, they are paying what is called colonial taxes. Their resources is owned by France. Yeah. It is France that determines how much they are to sell their resources. And it's only when France is not interested in that resource, in that particular resources, that's when they can sell it to the rest of the world. Anything that France or French companies, whatever they are interested in, must go to France, and they are the ones who will determine how much it should be sold. British didn't do that to us. No, they pretty much like there's a neo-colonialism after, okay, which is pretty much about them, you know, taking whatever resources they want, and they are paying the actual price for it. And this English-speaking West African countries, colonized West African countries, they had a chance of doing business with any part of the world that they want. French-speaking countries didn't have that chance. No, they are not given that. Imagine paying taxes to UK. All of now, when you say you are not paying taxes to UK, but there are many of you that every time you remember what the British actually colonized Nigeria, and you know how you feel. Imagine if to say you were actually colonized by French. So what Macron was telling Tinubu yesterday, somebody has interpreted it, so I'm going to play it for you. He was telling Tinubu that they are going to do creators assembly or creators seminar or something in Lagos next year, because Tinubu built Lagos, and the way he's building Lagos is a great president from a great country called Nigeria. All of this just to make him feel good. You know, serenade him yesterday afternoon. Listen.
Fond memory of the welcome I received during my visit to Nigeria in July 2018. As you know, this was not really the first time I had been to your country, where I'd had the good chance to stay about 20 years ago. For the past 10 years, our relationship has taken on a new and unique dimension. I would particularly like to pay tribute to the strength of our economic ties, as we have just left the Franco-Nigerian Business Council, and tomorrow, with your ministers, there will be an important business forum. So you are leading unique reforms in the history of your country, and you and your government, you are deeply reforming the Nigerian economy. So this is why France, apart from our historic ties and the position that we hold in terms of the energy sector and other sectors, we would like to do more for new technologies, agribusiness as well. And with the President and his ministers, we have defined several new lines of actions for investment of French companies in Nigeria, of course, in the energy sector, and also in the sector of rare metals and critical minerals, which are so necessary for the development of new technologies, and in particular, new decarbonized industries. In digital matters, creative industries, in the sector of defense, there are numerous opportunities, and also in the health sector, etc. So in each of these sectors, we have defined some lines of action. In terms of critical minerals and energy, we will be signing some supplementary agreements. So on the other side, over the last few years, you're starting to invest in France, and I'm very glad to see the partnerships that we have signed with several banks, and the strengthening of Nigerian banking in our country over the last 5 years. So we have become the first business hub for Nigerian business in France, and many banks have opened their offices here. We have financial partnerships and once again, agribusiness companies that have decided to organize partnerships and set up in France. Apart from these economic partnerships, which should make France a long-term partner to accompany you for the food security of your nation, and also to allow the extraction and the valorization of minerals, to be a partner of your defense and security strategy with our industries. These are three axes that we are committed to. France will continue to invest through the 8FD. We have more than 320 million euros from 2025 for food security projects, urban mobility, for higher education, vocational training, climate change, amongst others. AFD group investments will be complemented by new investments via loans from the French Treasury to finance the modernization of livestock farming in Kwara, the renovation of teaching hospitals, and a mini hydropower plant demonstrator in Katsina State. So these are just a few of the projects that are planned. And as you know, I talked about the cultural and creative industries, but France is very much committed to invest in the artistic and cultural sectors as well, with many opportunities for young people. So in this regard, I'm pleased to announce that we've agreed with the President Tinubu that the next edition of the Forum Creation Africa will be held in Lagos in the second half of 2025. This event, the first edition of which was held in 2023, will allow us to bring together cultural actors from our two countries, but also from across the African continent. And this will promote the rise of African cultural and creative industries. We have also decided to accompany you with creating your own cinema industry, and this is in line with creating initiatives in France. So I'd like to remind you that the ambitions that you have shown for your country, we support those initiatives, and we have great confidence in you. I'd also like to congratulate you for increasing the role of Nigeria at the regional level. Your ability to be a major player in terms of defense, in the terms of the ECOWAS region. This is an initiative that France would like to accompany, and also your desire to be a key player in terms of world governance. This is necessary for all of us, whether we're referring to human rights, whether we're referring to health or climate change, protection of the oceans. I would like to congratulate you for your leadership and the desire for us to work together. France and I commit to this. We will do everything possible to include Nigeria in the different bodies in terms of world governance, and I've already mentioned this several times over. We would like to see a greater presence of African countries, whether we're talking about the Security Council of the UN, the World Bank, the IMF, and in those bodies you have a full role to play. Well, I'd like to thank you, Mr. President, for your presence, the state visit, and for the state visit. I'd like to thank you for the energy and the dynamism, having transformed the state of Lagos. You are using that energy to transform your country for the better. And the energy that we have felt and...
Nuisance, Lele.
The whole thing behind the whole charade is that an access to what they are losing out on in the French-speaking countries. Everything else rather, is just what do you call it? Just atotonu to Renshi. You built Lagos. Can anybody tell me where this? I think the guy actually said the name of the place. It didn't rain in Lagos yesterday, or day before it, or day before that. The last time it rained in Lagos is probably like about a week or two now. When was the last time it rained in Lagos? Tell me if you know these streets in Lagos Island. I was looking for somebody to tell me the name of that streets. Okay, since you don't know it, let me do you the honor. Okay, so if you are from Lagos Island, you will know that that was Ojogiwa streets. I've been at Ojogiwa, Lagos Island. It's not Venice, so it's not Venice in France. So. Okay, Abiboni Venice, what no? Not be France. That is the mega shitty of Tifnumbu and his other criminals. So the person behind the whole move is no other person than Shaguri. I think I even have this image I can put up. Is Tifnumbu's confidant, who helps the French government that is giving him asylum in France, because Shaguri can be arrested, right? He's a criminal as well, even though he's is a multi-billionaire, supposed Lebanese businessman, okay? But there are certain countries that he dare not go to. If he mistakenly touches down in those countries, he won't make mistake. And he's protected by France because he's also involved in their shady criminal, pillaging of Africa. He found his solace in Nigeria since the days of Sonny Abacha. So yesterday, Tony Elumelu, who is the friend of Tifnumbu, one of the people that have been working to help them launder their money through Nigerian banks anyway, they brought him in to come and sign an agreement that UBA, the UBA bank, are now open in France. I don't know, do you not have UBA in France? Because I think there is a UBA. UBA is international bank now, isn't it? Right, so they brought him into a room. And Tifnumbu, these are the investors. The investors they are talking about, right? Shaguri on the right. Those are the investors Tifnumbu met in France. The one on the left is Tony Elumelu. Tony Elumelu to go and sign an agreement that allows UBA to open a branch in France. UBA. So on the right is Shaguri. Tifnumbu's confidant, the guy who is the co-partner with Tifnumbu. You know, Tifnumbu's son, Sheyi, is the one representing Tifnumbu on the board of iTech. iTech, the company that got the contracts for constructing the Lagos-Calabar coastal road. Lagos-Calabar coastal road. Yeah, that's Shaguri. And do you know that the iTech itself has what is called Sheyi Tifnumbu as a shareholder for his father. So Shaguri and their group, see, look at them. Look at the businessmen Tifnumbu met in France who are coming to invest in Nigeria, the business people, right? I'm coming. Oh, there's something I want to pull out here. All right. So take a look. Tifnumbu awarded Lagos to Calabar. Lagos to Calabar, 700 kilometers. To Shaguri. That's the Shaguri guy. Look at Tifnumbu's business people. The people that Tifnumbu met in France. Some of these ones are the political appointees of Macron. Others are I do not, no be Dangote did this far left, so no be Dangote be that. This guy on the far left. Then when you look at the faces of all these guys in this photo, dubious Dapo on the far right. Abi? Wale Idun was next to dubious Dapo. All right? Then who is there again? Look at the faces of the business people that he met. His ministers. So Tifnumbu went to France with a contingent of about 150 people. The same guy who said that they are cutting down on cost and all of that. Abi? So take a look at this. Shaguri is the one I put arrow on his head. He's the brain behind this whole thing. All right? He's Tifnumbu's confidant. The guy that Tifnumbu awarded Lagos Calabar Super Highway Coastal Road to for 15 trillion, for 18 trillion now, $12 billion, 700 kilometers for $12 billion. Now, do you know that from Cairo to Cape Town is a distance of 1,155 or 56. Right? That is the distance between this superhighway constructed between Cairo and South Africa is 1,155 or 56 kilometers. Guess how much it costs? That road costs $1.6 billion, this road. But Tifnumbu awarded Lagos Calabar to high-tech Shaguri, circled on the right, for $12 billion. The money they will borrow that will further destroy Nigerian Naira. For the road they will never construct. So Shaguri and his high-tech and Tifnumbu and gang, right? They will swindle Nigeria of at least $10 billion before they will abandon the supposed road. Okay? So these are the business people to make it look like they actually went to go and do business in France. Investors from France. There is no investor coming from anywhere in France. And if you remember, when Tifnumbu had a chance of telling people why he was in France, he was telling all of them about how poor you all are in that contraption.
Memory of the welcome I received during my visit to Nigeria in July.
I'll bring that back up for us, where Tifnumbu told them in France. I know it is like a punishment. I shouldn't bring it back. But for the sake of those who are going to sit and watch this broadcast or watch this video later, especially the Ronukus who don't like me, I don't like them too. So if giving them this, what do you call it, the reason to possibly get mad, if I have to give it to them, I wouldn't mind. So easy. I do that all the time to get them much like a mad and madder. Right? So these are the business people that is meeting in France. But it is not about these guys. I've said this many times and I'll keep reminding all of you. The same thing I said last year is what I'm telling you today. Last year, when they said he was invited to France, I said it was not for any other reason because, to go and tell them why he failed. He was unable to invade Niger Republic as they agreed. So, and he went there to tell them that it was one David Undenyi that exposed the plan. If they can use Interpol to help them track him and get him and bundle him back to Nigeria, maybe they can try again. So this time around, it's not just about how to invade Niger or other West African countries that are kicking France out of Africa. It is about how to possibly give France what they are losing in those places. He was there doing Bambi Allah. Yeah, that's why he was there. He was doing Bambi Allah on the side because that's actually their modus operandi. We have problem of hunger. We have problem of poverty. We have problem of insecurity. So they asked, what do you make of this? He's basically saying his country's economy is in shambles.
Et de faire du Nigeria un grand partenaire pour aujourd'hui et pour demain. Merci de votre présence à Paris et merci de tout cela.
Your Excellency, I'm very happy that today is taking place. There is, like I said earlier on, sunshine in Paris, beautiful city. I express my gratitude to warm reception and hospitality that have been accorded to us since we arrived, this great nation. The frank Nigerian business role is so important, and trade and investment has been integral to this partnership. As discussed earlier on, we need to do more, promote more, invest more in very important areas. Food security is one of them. We cannot but invest in one another's economy. As Nigerian financial sector is involving in the France environment. Thank you for creating the conducive environment for them to flourish, and we are creating the same grant for investment in Nigerian economy for the French nationality. In the area of food security, it is a must. An hungry population is a unrestful population. And we owe it a responsibility by all of us to put together a food security program for private sector investors to come in, invest with the risk, the fears that they may have. We've been working on stabilizing the security system in Nigeria, and we are getting closer and closer. We are doing better now in the area of security. I can assure all the investors here that Nigeria is open for business. And I thank you for your collaboration. Vital to this is the education of our children. We have a vibrant youth population that is well educated and ready to be trained, skilled, and development of our economy. This, I will emphasize, that we need the French expert and investment to do more in this area to help develop our youth population. As your intelligence, to further de-risk the opportunity in solid mineral. We have this potential to diversify our economy from fossil fuel. Yes, we agree. The need for deepening the environment, but a starved nation will not care what weather or environment brings. But no child should go to bed hungry in the world, 21st century. We need to collaborate further with that. The agriculture sector is a very potential, a good example. If you de-risk and promote, investment in dairy. If an African child is given a pint of milk in a class 100, there will be no problem going to the classroom. If an African child is assured of a good sandwich,
et de faire du Niger.
Nuisance lélẹ́yìí.
Kolu. Everything to him is bribery with food and money. If African child is given a pint of milk, if African child is given a sandwich, what is sandwich? There will be no problem to go back to a classroom. Deepening environment. What is deepening environment? Is having people God damn it, man. So the investors, these are the investors. So just to remind all of you, Shaguri, Dubious Dapo, the Eleweron of Kwara, Stevie Wonder, you see him, now he did that second row on the left, third from the left on the second row. That is the governor of Kwara. Which one is there again? Elumelu. Who else is the one at the far back? You see that minister, that lady, the one in front of her. That's another minister, which is the Minister of Defense. The one in front of that one is also another minister, Minister of Labor. Who else can you identify in this photo? These are the investors they went to meet. Look at beside Shaguri is Dele Alakori to the right. Look at the right of Shaguri. That's Dele Alakori. These are the investors. It's about the mineral resources of Nigeria, assuring them in France that if these other West African countries, take a look at the Minister of Youth. That is the Minister of Youth in Nigeria. All right. I don't know his name, but he's the Minister of Youth in Nigeria. These are the investors that Tinubu went to see in France. Anyway, let's move on. Have you heard the Zulum? Ahmedo, okay, is Celia in the house? Celia, that's my lady Celia. Garba Live, is Garba Live in the house on YouTube? She can help us do this interpretation, okay? But I can tell you in a very short form. The governor of Borno State, Zulum, the guy whose half of his state is controlled by terrorists, and he's been collecting allocations from Abuja. They collected over 750 million naira early this year to maintain and manage the single dam in Maiduguri metropolis. Zulum and his gang collected the money, shared the money, and they said the dam was fine. Only for the dam to break and wreak havoc that people started contributing money. Like Ukraine. They started giving him money every day, everywhere. Money. And he managed to raise over 15 billion naira. Can you believe that? And they were sharing bread that they were throwing at the victims. Okay, those people who lost their houses, those one who died, everybody where water washed away, those whose cars were destroyed. They were throwing them, they were giving them rice and bread. So today, that Zulum is in shock that Tinubu's tax reform is going to reduce whatever money they are giving to them. No matter how much they try to sugarcoat or sweet talk them to believing that this tax reform is in their interest, they won't take it. There will be no free money like before for northern Nigeria, and some of them are not going to take it lightly. So anybody who understands Hausa, please let me do interpretation as much as you can. Just use the summary in the comments, okay? I'll put your summary on the screen if it is right. He is telling all the politicians from northern Nigeria, the lawmakers, to reject Tinubu's tax reform because it will weaken and wreck the northern Nigeria economically. It is not this tax that will direct them. These guys, just this morning, the governor of Kaduna announced that he has forgiven terrorists, repentant terrorists. In northern Nigeria, where terrorism is at the highest, is a place where these supposed criminal politicians, governors, state governors, royal fathers, Emir Sultan, and the rest of them have been advocating for the rehabilitation of terrorists. All they have to do is to say they have repent. I repent. I repent. It's okay. Are you sure? Yeah, take. Give him Holy Quran. Yeah, take Holy Quran and swear. Say, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, I repent. They say he's a repentant terrorist. And the terrorists continue to wreak havoc in that part of Nigeria to the point that they've destroyed their economy beyond anything. The only thing they are using to sustain themselves, to survive, is the free money that comes from Abuja every month. The money shared based on population. So, to them, if this Tifnubu's tax reform is done, it's going to wreck them economically. And I was like, no, I think you are already wrecked by your choice of protecting terrorists who continue to kill farmers and stop the food production. That is what is wrecking the northern economy. But no, it disagrees with me. Its reasons.
Mun yi tir da wannan dokan da aka kai a National Assembly. Zai kawo koma baya ma kasan arewa. Ba arewa kadai ba ma southeast. Su ma za su samu problem da south. Southwest din ma har da su Oyo, su Oshun, su Ikiti, Ondo duk za su samu problem.
Kuna ganin cewar kamar riba ce kawai ga Lagos.
Lagos. So don saboda aka mu ganin mu haka. Su kuma suna gaya mana wai cewa wannan abin zai kawo koma baya ga Lagos. To mu muka ce inda haka ne ba ma so Lagos ya yi baya. Ya kamata a bar yadda muke yanzu. Wannan ba adawa ba ne. Wannan wani abu ne wanda mu a ganin mu cewa zai kashe arewa gaba daya. Don saboda haka mun kira kowa da kowa da shugaban kasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu ya kamata ya zanna ya duba wannan abin. Don saboda arewa in ka zuba board nashi kashi 60 aka ba shi arewa. Idan yana jin magana wayansu mutane cewa fa mutane arewa ba sa son shi. A'a, in an yi mana abin da muke so shikenan. Mu abin da muke so yanzu maganan wannan tax wannan kar a yi.
Ku kuna tunani kamar ku gwamnonin arewa haka za ku kira sanatoci da 'yan majalisar wakilai na arewacin Najeriya ku zauna tare ku nuna musu cewar wannan abu ba za ku yarda da shi ba?
Za mu zanna tare kuma mun riga mun yi magana. Amma mu abin da muke so me yasa ana hanzari? Akwai petroleum bill wannan da aka kawo ya kai kamar shekara 20 yana National Assembly kafin aka zantar da shi. To wannan abin an kawo shi cikin kwana 5-6 sati daya ana so a tabbatar cewa an sa doka wannan. Mu kuma muna ce ai hankali a duba tabbatar cewa wannan abun ko mu ba ma nan yara mu za su amfana. Fitinan da muke ciki tukuna mu a ganin mu kuma wannan billin ya wuce ko sallar ba za mu ya mu biya ba. Ko an biya yanzu muna gani shekara daya zai zama masifa.
Wato kuna ganin kamar cewar wannan kudurin dokar za ta jawo yunwa da talauci da koma baya a arewa?
Har da security zai kawo mana. Su kuma suna ce ba haka ba. Amma mu kuma muka ce tunda abin da mu muka ce ba maso. Lagos ya ce shi ma abin zai mai da shi baya. To inda haka ne me ya dame su? Su yi hakuri mana su bari National Assembly members na arewa House of Rep da na House of Assembly. Ba arewa kadai ba ma wato South East da kuma South ko South West din ma akwai wanda ba sa so. Wannan abin bai nuna cewa muna adawa da gwamnati ba. Wannan abin rayin mu ne kuma zai mai da mu baya yadda muka gani. Kuma na kira duk mutanen House of Rep da Senator kar su tafiya su zana daram kuma kar kowa ya sayar da mu. A yi hankali kar kowa ya zai ce muku wai a'a shugaban kasa ya faɗa haka a'a ba haka ba ne. Wannan siyasa ne mun yi shi mun jafa mishi kuri'a ba mu ce wani abu ba amma aka dawo wannan abun wannan matsala na tax wannan muka ce wannan abun ba zai fi damu ba kara karba wani abu.
Kana ganin cewar watakila idan aka ba 'yan majalisa watakila toshiyar baki za su iya yin abin da ba kwa tunani?
To abin da dai yake tafiya ana maganganu amma dai ba mu da tabbas amma ka san muna cikin Najeriya ne. Ni dai abin da nake fada kowa ya mai da hankali ga kasance. Akwai yaranka, akwai jikokinka, akwai 'yan uwanka da suna kauyenku. da state naka a mayar da hankali duk abin da in an sa hannu zai kawo koma baya ba ga arewa koma baya ga wani jiha mu ba za mu so ba kuma ma muna so mu sake jajjara ma shugaban kasa mutanen arewa sun same ka don saboda haka wannan abin da muna kukan nan ka duba shi ga idon rahama a tabbatar cewa duk abin da ana yi ba zai kawo mana koma baya ba. Mun yi tur da wannan dokan da aka kai a National Assembly zai kawo koma baya ma kasan arewa.
Their tax reform is going to wreck everywhere, especially the Arewa. And the Arewa lawmakers in Abuja must reject anything that has to do with this tax reform. Oh, I think Latu Aruna is doing us that honor. Okay, so said he asked all he asked all the House of Rep and senators to reject the bill, emphasizing it will affect our children and grandchildren. Yes, he also said something like, even though the notion around the country is that the North doesn't like Tifnumbu, but they actually love him. But you see, this bill is against the interest of the Northern Nigeria, our children and our grandchildren. So it must be rejected. Zulum is the state governor of Undume. And on this Muslim ticket, we stand. Here you get. So on the tax reform, Afemko should stand. Right? Because what did they use the money for? In Kano State, they use and buy a wheelbarrow to share to people as empowerment. Or they will be doing what is called the mass wedding for people that have no skills, no education, but they are marrying them off. State government is sponsoring that, spending 10 billion, 20 billion naira, funding what they called a mass wedding in northern Nigeria. I mean, take a look now. Northern Nigeria.
There is Governor of Kano State talking about Abba Yusuf getting ready to distribute wheelbarrows as his empowerment program. And is about to distribute it to community leaders to be, shared among people of the community at the grassroots. So I don't know what you think. Does it make sense that he's distributing wheelbarrows as his empowerment program to people of the states? I don't know what you think. So leave a comment. Let's talk.
That's enough. So what exactly are they using their own share of monthly allocation for? Frivolities, if they are not stealing it, they are spending it in rehabilitating terrorists or on frivolities. One of them in Sokoto spent 1.2 billion naira to renovate 6 boreholes. 6 boreholes, not water project, boreholes, 6 in a state. Yeah. So if they ask them now that they have to go and make the money themselves, go and make the money yourself and pay some certain amount to the center. Oh, you are talking about wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow is even still like, you know, a little bit substantial, like it's a bit, bigger. About the sheer shoe shining kit. Yeah, the shoe shining kit. Cobbler's kit. That they use them to do empowerment in northern Nigeria. The wife of a lawmaker once empowered our husband's constituent. She empowered them with sugarcane. Yeah, if they gave you some stick of sugarcane or sugarcane sticks, right, you can possibly start a business of sugarcane. And they took the pictures of that empowerment to empower their constituent. And so many things. Honestly speaking, you probably will feel like, God, why do I belong to this contraption to the alone? You know? So we'll see how that goes on this tax reform or not, whether they are going to reject it or not, because as it stands, it has already passed the second reading. Just one more debate, just one more, and it will become a bill. It will become a law, rather, from being a bill. And someone said that even though Tifnubu cannot be trusted, should not be trusted. On the other hand, it is good that it's actually teaching the North politics. Since what they care most about is to continue to use religion, okay, to push their political agendas. So finally, they probably have shot themselves on the foot now. So we just want to see how they are going to handle it when Tifnubu is done with them. And only time will tell. Only the time will tell. Here is a very good report where the same Nigeria, this time last year, I think it was around the 2nd of December or the 1st of December last year, when the supposed Nigerian Army in Anambra, they arrested quite a number of young people who were going for a party. And they accused them of being IPOB, and then they accused them of being terrorists and stuff like that. And since then, once they arrested them in Anambra, they moved them straight to northern Nigeria. Especially, they are bringing them to a court in Abuja, but they locked them in different prisons in northern Nigeria. So today, the same guys who were Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, Ejiofor and Co., who have stood in for them for the last 1 year, they were able to push a no-case defense for them. And true to it, today, a judge dismissed that case. And they were all free to go. And that happened today. Let me share that with you briefly.
You are good, Jehovah, you are good. Everybody testify, you are good. You are good, Jehovah, you are good. Hallelujah. Everybody testifies you are good. You are good, Jehovah, you are good. Everybody testify you are good.
You cannot sing.
You are good, Jehovah, you are good. Hallelujah. Everybody testify you are good. You are good, Jehovah, you are good. Everybody testify you are good. You are good, Jehovah, you are good. Behind the baby.
Okay.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
He has done it again.
Yes.
He has done it again. What a wonderful victory.
Amen.
To celebrate the Christmas with 50 young men and women were today discharged and acquitted by Port Harcourt. Their fans who were arrested on 1st of December 2023. Today they were discharged and acquitted and freed of all those unfounded information, accusations against them. We cannot appreciate God enough. We thank Him for this victory. We appreciate God. We also thank His Lordship, Honorable Justice Omotosho, for the courage to do justice to all manner of men. We appreciate him too. So appreciate the effort of our colleagues in this office. Starting from head of chambers to Abilan, who stood in throughout the proceedings, and also for Chimoanya and all others who are part of this proceedings. I appreciate them. We cannot thank all of you enough. We appreciate, thank God, Chukwu Gabino for the victory. Thank you, God, and thank you, my colleagues in chambers and other staff in chambers. And I will give God praise to God in the mighty name of prayer. Amen.
It's a good thing. All right. Anyway, that is that on the brunch time with Mayegun. So I am going to open the line, okay? And it is it's going to be a chance for you to react. And if you have anything else you want to add as well, you would have your shot. All right. So I will be back. Let me put it that way. I'll be back in a minute or two, and then we can have a wee chat before we call it noon this afternoon.
You get it?
Okay.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
Just forget about it. So I have my first caller this morning, and I think that's Mama H.O. Is that you?
I am Mama H.O. I carry first position this morning. Ring the bell.
That's right.
My good general.
How are you, Mama
General of Potato.
That's right.
Wow. Are they fine?
Good to hear from you. So you are my first caller this morning, or even though it's afternoon here, though, right?
Now money I did for here now, so now.
I know it is money in America. Good to hear
They sing that song for my senior boyfriend T-Pain for France. They say they shop money.
Now, chop money, my testimony.
Chop money.
You taste money.
Testimony, chop money.
Because they can smell it. They can smell the French franc. That's the money that France is going to give to them. They will make money. That's why they can sing about money. While the rest of Nigeria sing about pain.
He can't go the farm cackles of those when go come Nigeria to loot the mall.
Abina, it's their turn. Not their turn.
But senior boyfriend, him they catch you.
You see?
You go there, go tell them, say you get out of school children. You know, say they clap for you. Oh my shit.
While the rest of Africa are trying to do away with France and everything they represent, Tifnumbu and Ghana, they are embracing. Tifnumbu and Akufo-Addo, they are embracing them to say, come to us. We can give you what you want. Come and pillage us. You're welcome.
Senior boyfriend, I want to remind you now, the two religion one we embrace, 9-day power. Because Tifnumbu na Muslim, Rat, Remi Tinubu na Christian. So they represent. Then Tifnumbu, you bribe Akpabio and Co. Change national item under how many days? We can't issue the national item. It go solve problem. It not solve. Your wife can collect some money. One and not agree talk. Una can't bring national Ankara uniform to change problem. It not change. You go G20. You go tell them all the problem. We can't use on and not sabi the problem before. But the way you list all of them for G20, it shows say una know all the problem. But if Tinubu mo fẹ́ bi elere or did the 20 years plus, you use it to plan how to rig yourself into power. And that 20 years, I know say you sabi say those problems when you live for G20, that be the problem. Oh, the moral is solve. Oh, my God, lodo gidi ni o. You are a disgrace.
Added to the problems.
You are a proper confirmed disgrace. And Rat, Remi Tinubu, Ojo Detio, mother of the nation ló pera ẹ. Ọkọ ẹ̀ dẹ̀ lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn ń sọ fún wa pé gbogbo ọmọ wa ló dẹ̀ wá ń street yìí sí o, wọ́n lọ sí school. O rí pé àwọn French tẹ̀ tí mọ̀ yín pa, wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ kọrin fún yín, ṣọ́ọ̀pù mo ní. What a shame. They knew that the money you are coming to solicit for, na chop now, na go chop. Because it's not that be mumu when they go come give una. Olóṣìní. But ṣùgbọ́n mo fẹ́ fi dá yín lójú. Wọ́n ní bàbá tí ò fẹ́ káwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ṣoríire, ẹ̀yin náà ní gbádùn o. Gone are the days. My grandfather did not answer una. My papa too. He closed his mouth. Then he can't reach my mouth and my tongue. Now I can't close mouth to this. I can't begin to look, say, if we not do something, the Gen Z, they are already lost. So for the sake of the Gen Z, Tinubu, we will be a thorn in your flesh. Rántí o, rántí pé Akpabio told my children in August that they should go and protest and they will be eating. Tinubu, ìwọ àti Akpabio, ẹ múra sílẹ̀ o, torí mò ń ṣe ọbẹ̀ tó dùn fún yín. Tó bá ti jiná tán, we will serve it. But let me let you know that the soups, they are going to come from all the tribes in Nigeria. So ẹ múra ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ nítorí wípé by the time we serve that dish, una go dey begin dey sweat and una go dey run kitikataki. Then we will be showing you our demand. Ẹ mọ̀, tí obìnrin bá dá ọkùnrin mú nínú ẹpọ̀n, kò ní choice, á dá lóhùn mi. So ẹni Mama H.O, máa dá gbogbo yín ní ẹpọ̀n. I will hold all of you that are ruling us. No, rule, yes, rule, not be lead. All of you that are ruling us, I will hold all of you in your ekman. And the soup will serve you neat. And una go sweat. I bet you. Say, you know, say when woman tell man, say, I go show you. The man better manage himself. So me, Mama H.O, on behalf of my children, I go show una waiting me for a mother to say enough is enough to all oppressors of our children's destiny. God bless us.
Amen. Thank you so much, Mama H.O. I hope they listen, even though they are pretty much like they have their like a pharaoh. They have their.
They will listen. When we serve the soup, the whole world will know. Now waiting, they never chop before. And then no worry.
God bless you, ma'am. Okay. You have a very good one, Mama H.O. So that's one there from you know, the woman of timber and caliber. That's what they say to people who have the you know, the wherewithal, right? And most of the time, these rogues. I was having a chat with a friend. I think was it yesterday? I was having a chat with a friend, and later in the day, I had a chat again with my own uncle, and we were talking about Nigeria. You see, this is my uncle, right? If he wanted to possibly make some quick money, like some of those who are the Abroadian Ronukus, he has that chance. Okay, he has that chance because some of those who are with Tipnumbu, right from Sonweku and others, they are friends. Okay, when I say friends, I mean like they've got this affinity, like, you know, both in Nigeria and in America. So it was someone who somehow just never really liked the way the whole thing is possibly playing out. Okay, what do I mean by that? It feels like something has to happen. Something has to happen to possibly stop these guys. He believes that something is actually going to happen. Okay? He believes that these guys who are acting like they've conquered everyone, you know what I mean? Like, the most all of you can do is talk, 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 talk. There's nothing you can do. We will do whatever we want, and we will get away with whatever we want to get away with. He doesn't believe that. Even though I told him that I think these guys believes that they've conquered everybody and there is no one that can rescue Nigerians from them until they are done. He didn't believe that. He said, no, they are going to make mistake. In their supposed arrogance, You know, like they have all the they have this absolute power. They control the judiciary. They control the, the military, the defense, so to say, the police. They control the media to some extent. And then they control the money, the central bank and all of that. So if there is anyone that wants to challenge them, there is a chance that that person can be bought over. And if you cannot be bought over, you can be executed, like you can be eliminated. So that's how much power they wield. And if it's going to be about the election, right, you better don't even play, don't even think of it. Okay? So they will write it and they will tell you to go to court. So if you go to court, you're going to meet them there. Do you understand? So this is like an absolute power. That the only thing they won't achieve is what they are not interested in. You know, that kind of power where you feel like the only thing you can get is what you are not interested in. That whatever you are interested in, you will get it by crook, by hook, by anything. Or my God believes that despite all of that absolute power they think they have, they are going to make mistake. Sooner or later, they are going to make mistake. And when they make that mistake, it's going to be as if to say they were not the same guys who wield this power that you are seeing right now. So because of that confidence, right, they are going to feel like Pharaoh hardened hearts. Their heart is hardened. You can scream from now till tomorrow. They will say it to your face. Continue to make noise. There is nothing you can do. And so people who are like the students of history, that's a good thing. Because that's actually how they are going to get destroyed. So they will become so confident that they are not going to prepare for any form of, any form of defense per se, because they believe they have everything under control. Social media is the only place where they are being shredded to pieces. But even at that, right, they don't care. They believe that the social media itself cannot really move them other than just scratch them a little bit. Absolute power. The prince. Hello.
Yeah, my king. My
prince. King. Prince Adebayo from Sweden. How are you, sir?
Baba, you're too much. I'm good. Baba, you're too much. You know, I was listening to the program yesterday, and I was hoping that you will have the interaction section.
I know, but it's just I have so
you
much
didn't.
to share that I'm like,
yeah, exactly. You know, so when you now say you still mention some of the things today again, I said, yeah, this is my opportunity.
Please.
You know, Baba,
Prince.
This guy, this France, for people who are not, because we are close to France here. France economy is just like, is becoming like Greece and Spain. The economy tiku, otiku. So they are just like, they are almost becoming like how would I put it? They're just the only thing, one of the things they share with Europe is snow. That's the only thing they share with Europe. But you see, they are
world countries themselves.
Thank you, you know. And then what hit them with Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, and now Senegal,
Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Chad.
Yes.
A lot of them have been cutting them off, man.
Yes. So you will now see the way they are rushing to Nigeria. I mean, look at the way they are welcoming Jagaban. That's enough to tell you what's happening. That means they can welcome anybody right now to save themselves. See what they are. Jagaban that cannot even come here. Even the vice president that came here, he just enter corridor of this thing.
To go see your king, the crown prince.
I'm sure that the one just gave him handshake. The usual show, just give me handshake and just pass that back here.
Bye, go back to your country. We don't have.
Bye, go back, because Yeah, we don't have anything with corruption. You know, look at the way they are welcoming you in France. That's to tell you something.
Like a king, you know, like a royalty.
Yes.
That's the statecraft, right? You have to make him feel so important. And after the whole show, you take him into a room and tell him what you want.
Yes.
And he'll be like, don't worry,
Baba,
we can do that. Whatever you want.
Yes. No, Baba. The truth is, as it work with you, that's the truth. You see the way they are welcoming Nigeria like this. It means they want to claw deep into Nigeria to get all those. The way did you hear the French president say metal, precious metal? Yeah.
Resources to be used for technological.
Since the inception of Nigeria, have we made any money from precious metal legally?
No.
The gold they are taking is nobody has told us. You understand? So that means all these things you are seeing happening in all these Zamfara, all these Kogi, all these places, they were preparing ground to enter. Because you can't tell me that all these minerals they are getting in Nigeria, they don't have it in Nigeria. But because Nigeria was cool for them. We have it in abundance. So that is why so many places you are seeing IDP, this IDP, that. They are preparing ground to come and finally land. Then this Jagaban now went there to welcome them. They are giving them work. Look at what these guys are doing. Just look at this person doing deals with people that will. By the time Jagaban is through with this thing, he will now take one heavy loan that will, by the next president that will come, he cannot read from all these things because the law will supersede the next administration. Because he will pay himself now. He will pay himself.
When France bring all those about making Nigeria have a representative in IMF and World Bank board.
Exactly.
So what does that mean now? Is to say we'll give you loan, we'll help you solicit for loan if you can give us entrance.
Exactly. So Tomati wọlé nísìnyí wọ́n á fún ní loan kan tó máa fi sort títí ayé rẹ̀. By the time he leaves power, the next administration will not be able to benefit anything. So they too, they want to create more havoc. That will be rolling from havoc to havoc. Before you be able to leave this, before these people be able to leave you, go and look at all those people. Then what's his name? Nigeria and co. They use force to push them out. Nigeria told me first. How we want to do it. We are beginning a journey of 500 years. Baba, I know to talk. We are beginning a journey of 500. Oh, you cannot leave. They cannot leave.
You know one sad thing about this thing as well. You know one sad thing. They also make it almost impossible for Nigeria to break too, because now becoming bigger stakeholders in the projects. If Nigeria,
that's what I'm telling you now.
This agreement ends. So now they will rather Nigeria kill our citizens and hunt down.
They will stifle you.
Hunt down self-determination advocates worldwide.
Yes.
Because this is their survivor being hanged on Nigeria to survive in Europe.
Yes. Resources that don't enter the national coffers. They will be stealing from left, right, and center. Destroy the ecosystem. People cannot farm. At the same time, there's no infrastructure. You cannot farm, no infrastructure to support businesses. What is wrong with this country? We have businessmen everywhere now. You are destroying their life, their businesses. You are bringing people who can give you loan because you don't want to do the real job. If Nigeria wants to do the real job, there are businessmen. You don't need to be looking for the foreign direct investment. All these small businesses,
not you going to them.
Yes. You just don't want to do the job, and you are too greedy. More foreign direct investment, so that when they bring money, you just take. You leave the whole thing for them, so that they will do all the work. Then your citizens will be. And all this bilateral agreement is one-sided, though. One-sided. He's not discussing how you give jobs to your people.
No.
Because he himself, you don't care about the people.
No.
Just come and give ground and remove gold and just give us our share. That's it.
Damn.
Now, we are entering 500 years
of slavery, recolonization.
Recolonization. France, they will remove They know they really they will eat both of
people,
the
you see,
chicken.
from my own findings, right? We may not agree with the British. They are actually like a fear wherever France is. British are fair in their dealings, compared to France. You cook they go chop you, chop the bone, chop everything.
Chop the bone, join. And you cannot get your military will be compromised. They will massacre the citizens now. The citizens don't have mouth anymore. Nigeria is the future of Niger. The future of Niger is they are just it's just like Niger is like if rain fall, the ground no be wet. That's all Nigeria will come be. With all the resources, even rain fall, ground no go be wet.
Did you see that Shaguri and Dele Alakori? Dele Alakori has been there making deal with all this mining this. But if you ask them how much mineral resources apart from crude oil and gas has Nigeria sold in the last 18 months, buying is not in Nigeria's cover.
No. And they'll be frustrating Nigerian businessmen. See Dangote. Let's forget about the fact that Dangote is a quota system guy. See the frustration they are giving to their own person. You know that Dangote, you know how other countries they are looking for Dangote. They are begging for him to and Baba, I want to even inform you. South Africans and Nigerians are still at it too. But that's the topic for another day. I sent you one link. I will send you the link.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Baba,
you so much.
if you enter, I will send you the link, Baba.
No wahala.
Let's leave it at this.
I'll check it out. You have a good
all right, Baba.
Stay safe, man.
You too.
Here is another caller on the line this afternoon. Hello.
Hello, Baba.
Hello, sir. How you doing, Baba?
I feel you, sir.
Kábíyèsí o.
Fisco.
Same old, you know. How your side?
I'm very well. I cannot complain. This topic this afternoon is so tantalizing. The fact that the big way I cannot I can't help myself but to call it, you know.
To have your own voice to this.
I have to add my voice to this, Baba. There was a time.
You see our life for outside, so.
Hey, Baba, they see you know what thing can happen. They say there was a time I called him, and I said to people that people does not understand how much experience Tinubu has got when it comes to ruling Nigeria. They understand. He has been through a lot of different types of leaders and different types of presidents and different types of looters, different types of looting. Do you understand? So for Tinubu to be going to France and honoring Macron's visits, he knows what he's doing.
He does.
So yeah, he does. He knows what he's doing because, like everybody else has been saying, like this last caller has said, you understand? France is doomed. Everybody all the countries that they have been milking for years and decades and hundreds of years, they have all realized what they have been doing to them. And everybody is kicking them out. Look at Mali. Mali has to kick them out.
Yes.
They are the only debt-free country in Africa.
Right now.
Right now. And they are still being ruled by military dictator. Do you understand, Baba? So for Macron to be inviting Tinubu to France,
he even gave a coup for national honor.
It's because they are desperate. They've been milking Niger for years and years. They haven't got any of the raw materials to power France anymore. They are looking for alternatives here, there, and everywhere. And they know that Tinubu will play ball. You know? They know Tinubu will play ball. They are
playing ball. How many other shady deals is already signed with some of these countries that are not public yet?
France is an ally of America. America be like the boy is born, go to him or be a liar. If
you call him, just use these 2-3 lines. It's our asset, okay? Use these 2-3 lines. Well, he go play ball.
If you tell him to jump, he will tell you how high.
How high?
You know, remember when the president of Niger was overthrown? Yeah, it is of no charity, but I started Kwame.
15,000 soldiers were drafted to Sokoto to march to Niamey in Niger. Baba,
I want to show you guys what I can do. Tinubu ọmọ tó wá láti àgbẹ̀ gbogbo àgbẹ̀ ó ti wà lọ́wọ́ mi ní ìpò màtá kó àmì wọlé wọn láyé kí o ẹni bọ̀dọ̀ àti Tinubu ọmọ àgbèjì fúnra mi. You understand? When you first mention that thing, when you mentioned it yesterday, and you're like, Tinubu is going to France. Look at the French president. Look at it. They know what they have done in Africa. Those people have ruined Africa. Do you understand? Embezzled everything they took from Africa and giving peanuts back. And then you'll be coming back with your charity. Charity. When I first came to this country, people are asking me, we used to do red nose, we used to do all this charity. Have you ever received anything? I look at them and be like, what the hell are you on about? What is all that club? What are you talking about? What is charity? I've never seen anything like this. Ever.
When I got to this country, and I started seeing all this advert on TV. You know, the advert of hungry children. Will not give £1. If you give £1, every child in Africa is starving. Everyone, I mean, they'll say 3 out of 5 children in Africa is hungry. So if you give, this is Tom. Tom is a 6-year-old boy who has been living in the Guinea to
drinking water.
They have no drinking water. They have no health care. The Africans are suffering.
Please pardon my friend. The other ones that pisses me off is when you go to supermarkets like Tesco or Sainsbury's, they'll be like, donate to poor man that comes to shop to donate to people. What about your company that is making billions of pounds in profit? Why should I be giving my own money to you to go and give to somebody? Can you imagine? So I just thought I remind people again that Tinubu has got tremendous experience when it comes to ruling a country like Africa, and nothing is going to France to go and do that. The Nigerians are going to benefit from. Look at the photos you showed us. They are filled with people he took from Nigeria to France. Where are you fooling?
Take a look at the pictures now. Are these the business people they met in France?
You see that also
look at Jimovia at the back end there from the right.
You got your minister there, and you got your bloody Dangote. 1 minute, that one will come out now and say, federal government is supporting. Then tell you you're following them left and center. Should you not be managing your own business? If you're not going to get anything from Tinubu, why are you following Tinubu to France for?
Supposedly richest man in Africa.
Suppose that richest man. Would you see Elon Musk doing anything like that? Also, we saw that one following Trump to advertise or whatever. But you won't see him follow Trump to America, follow him anywhere. You won't see anything like that because he knows what he's going to get. You know what you will use. Let's use that narrative now, okay? Elon Musk, right, is despised by this Joe Biden and his guy. You know, Elon Musk is producing an electric vehicle, right? His company, his own company, is producing more electric vehicles, Tesla, in America, and so all of the motor making companies, the car making companies in the entire America combined, the amount of EV. But when Joe Biden, the Democrats, when they want to host a conference on electric vehicles, they did not invite him. In California, they were making laws, right, to sanction him because it's not their Democrats. So that forced him to the hand of Trump. So imagine now that he's suffering in the Democratic government in America, but he's following Biden about. Despite the fact that they are targeting his business. Because one of the reasons why he chose Trump is because his business has come under serious
targeting from the Democrats. So let's use the Dangote. Yes, in America, right? America gave loan to Elon Musk to boost his business, and he paid every dime back. In Nigeria, they ferried Nigeria money and gave to Dangote. Okay, and then Dangote said, "I will give you shares in my refinery." Remember the story? Then he denied collecting money. He didn't pay any dime back. Now his refinery is ready. The people that are supposed to promote him as a local refinery to boost Naira, they are now importing fuel to attack the same business. Or you are jumping on the plane to go to another country.
God bless you, Baba. God bless you and your family and everything you are doing. Baba,
thank you so much.
God will protect everything you are doing. You understand me now? Good afternoon to
everybody. You have a good one. Thank you so much for calling in. Nice one. See, it is a very simple thing. I know that in Nigeria, you don't really have any elites. They are stinking, dirty people. Look at this guy, Jimovia. Look at Elumelu. Look at Dangote. These were supposed to be the Nigerian rich guys. Look at the guy next to Dubious Dakpo. I can't remember his name. He's also the guy that is in rivalry with Dangote. When it comes to, I beg, who know the name of this guy next to Dubious Dakpo on the right? Remind me of his name. Is the guy that was building refinery in Akwa Ibom, but he has abandoned it now. Somebody should remind me anyway. So these were supposed to be the top billionaires in Nigeria, whose businesses is affected by the policies of Tifnumbu. But guess what? Bua, God bless you. Bua is the guy doing cement, doing what do you call it? Petrol stuff and all of that. Just like Dangote is the guy that is like rivalry to Dangote. But person where they make policies where they affect your businesses. But because some of them, the money they are using to run their businesses, they were Nigerian money. Yeah, from one time or the other, money stolen from Nigeria, given to them because of the quota system, sort of businesses. Elumelu was the one who went to Afrexim Bank to go and make a deal with Afrexim Bank. The deal was that they will give Nigeria $3.3 billion. Okay, Elumelu of UBA. The deal was that Afrexim Bank will give Nigeria $3.3 billion. Nigeria will pay back $5 billion in 5 years. So with the interest of $1.7 billion, okay, that's the interest. Elumelu, and if Nigeria is unable to pay back the loan by 2028, Afrexim Bank will go to Niger Delta, and they will take 167 million barrels of crude oil. The loan, the collateral is $12 billion, $12.6 billion worth of crude oil for $3.3 billion loan. Elumelu was to collect just 5% of that deal for making the deal happen. Afrexim Bank has given Tifnumbu $3.3 billion last year to defend the Naira. The Naira is in tank right now. The Naira has not been saved though, but $3.3 billion don't enter Canada. Now, in 5 years' time, if Nigeria doesn't pay that money back, $5 billion back, Now, how do you go and take a loan of $3.3 billion with the interest of $1.7 billion interest, $1.7 billion interest? So Elumelu's UBA, he collected the 5% of the money as a finder's fee. So by 2028, once Nigeria is unable to pay that money back, Elumelu will be making 5% from the $12 billion worth of crude oil that Afrexim Bank will take from Nigeria. Those are the billionaires of Nigeria to start with. I have a caller. Hello.
Hello, Baba. Well done, though.
Well done, sir. How are you?
Well done. You are doing a great job. You see, Nigeria, they don't enter one chance. Only Bonwe. That's how it's going to be.
See any pointers that they are coming out of this unscathed.
No escape. No escape. If you listen to this man, Dele Farotimi,
DF,
he said the delegate that followed Tinubu to Brazil, each of the delegate put on wristwatch worth over $200,000.
See?
And the people they are begging money from put on Casio of less than $100. Casio wristwatch. And you that came to beg for money, you guys put on wristwatch worth of over $200,000. Do you think they're stupid?
Or they are not seeing you?
Yes, they have embassies in Nigeria. They could see how you were wasting money. Can you are? Oh, you see this Kolu Olori Burukui. We Yorubas we are the problem of that country. We Yorubas.
Partly.
We are the problem. We are the problem. We're the worst. Because we're the one that will sideline other tribe, even if they want to move forward, if they want to do the right thing, we're the one that will go behind and say, no. My God, it come to a stage, I said, I shouldn't be listening to all this, but I just can't.
I know. It is depressing. I
just can't. Because of it, I reschedule my program. 8 and 11, I will be in the Azo. But this thing is affecting me, giving me psychology. I just which kind of country be this for God's sake?
PTSD. Like, what am I going to hear tonight again now? My life.
Like the other caller. Yeah, like the other caller said, France, they don't have nothing to fall in anymore. Because Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, they've turned against them. So they now see us now as we are the Mughals now. Nigeria is honestly. Tinubu now gave them blank check.
As long as they find protection, I know that he's always looking for legitimacy anyway.
Exactly, that is the reason why he aligning with France now.
We appreciate them as presidents. It's when the rest of the world that want to milk us, when they roll their red carpet for him, it makes him feel like, look at these people now, they appreciate me. All these people, they abuse me for Nigeria. Look at how these ones are celebrating me. Look at how they appreciate me. You see?
And the thing can't work for France, because France now they were being so far Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, they've turned against them. So Niger can't be the right. We came at the right time.
It's even beyond this Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. Chad don't join. They are no longer doing the defense deal with them anymore. All these buying weapons from them, they know they do them again. Also, Côte d'Ivoire, okay, they have also cut them off. Then Senegal is telling them to the same thing that Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger told them to leave their country. Right now, Senegal has told them the same thing. They've given them 3 months to leave Senegal.
And now Tinubu is now handed us Nigerian economy over to them.
Exactly.
Now making deal with them. Very easy. Very easy.
Shaguri now. Shaguri Lojoko Segbe. This is a criminal, an international criminal. Shaguri. But he's a businessman in Nigeria.
And Nigerian media, they keep short. They couldn't say anything. They couldn't go against it, because even you see, if you look at the way this guy is doing now, that Ruben Abati on Arise TV, you can tell that the guy is looking for something.
Well,
he's looking for something.
Appointments, say whatever they can eat now.
Yes.
It's unfortunate. Man.
Yes. It's only that Rufai that is saying the truth.
And they hate him. They hate his God too.
Yeah, they hate him. Yeah, of course they hate him.
Hey. They hate his God too.
My God.
Enemy of progress, enemy of this and that. And I'm like, what progress are you talking about? You are progressing in reverse. So nobody should be a friend of such progress. You are retrogressing. You are progressing.
Anyway, you will see what will happen. Something is definitely going to happen. It can't continue this way.
My uncle said they will make mistakes.
It can't continue this way. Yes. Something definitely is going to happen. It's beyond imagination of me and you and everyone. Something is definitely, because No, something's gonna happen. You will see. Baba, let's continue. Let me give
Thank you
other
very
people
much,
chance.
Baba. I appreciate you.
All right, nice one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You have a good one,
Okay.
okay? Nice one. So I have another caller, and this is MOG, I believe. How you doing, Baba?
Yeah, thank you so much. But good afternoon from here. Good morning.
Already, almost.
Good morning. It's just after 11. 28 minutes after 11.
Okay. Good morning to you then.
Yeah.
All right. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. And you, Mayegu? Mayegu,
yeah, go on.
Mayegu. Last caller, please don't just be grateful that you found this page listening, because the way you are feeling was the way. It's better you feel this way knowing it than you don't know it and you just jump into it. That one can kill, you know. It will be a shock, you know. So it's better you groom yourself with this page, Mayegu's page. Now we are now just like we have adapted our body, and everything is already into it. We know it already. We know whenever they want to do anything, we now know their dance step.
Yeah, exactly. So we are never going
we now
to
know
be
their dance step.
too shocked.
So for them going to, I like that video you played about Akufo-Addo 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Because when you look at that, when you watch that video very well, I watched that video live that year. Akufo-Addo was making point there, and you will see
that time too. You know,
no, I want to show
makes sense. Say it to their faces. We don't need your begging.
But there's something happened in that video. I wish you would go back and watch the video on your own, Mayegu. Not because of his speech. You will see the reaction of Macron. Macron, when he said the people that are supposed to be giving are the one receiving. You know, Macron now turn. Every time this Macron is criminal, pretends that he never understands English. He now turn with a very mean face and look at Akufo-Addo. Since that day, they changed it for Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo started, a learned man started behaving like a stupid person till date. He now turned to go and watch that video. I watched that program live the day it happened. So I saw it. Then, and I'm seeing Tinubu like a wicked old man that wants to die. He's drowning and he wants everybody to die with him, because I don't know what Tinubu is going to do with money. I don't know what Tinubu is chasing now. I don't know what Tinubu wants to benefit at this time. That Tinubu wants to endanger the lives of millions of people because of his own greed. You know, so for Tinubu going to France, now, France is promising Nigeria security, which they cannot give to Burkina Faso.
They didn't give to them.
France is promising Nigeria energy sector, which they are mining the materials for energy in Burkina Faso, but Burkina Faso is in darkness. France is promising Nigeria food security. What happened to our farms in vast land in northern area? What happened to our waterways that we can fish? There's a lot of fish inside there. France is promising Nigeria education, when France has never dealt with Tunisian people they brought into France.
Hospitals.
They are giving them problem
in Mali, Niger, or Burkina Faso.
So now it's now obvious that France is poor and France cannot survive without Africa. So desperate. We saw what they are doing with the Burkina Faso guy. And since that guy stepped into that place, that guy I've never seen that guy wearing a normal clothes. He always on combat clothes. Yes. With his hands in his guns every time. And that is where Tinubu went to go and save Nigeria that's already down. And when you talk about the crew that went to Tinubu to France, criminals complete. You know, last time we saw a boy state governor shouting at somebody trying to sell papers from the hospital. People were like, oh, what is this? People were like that. Why not them put something like computer to check all those papers, dirty papers they are packing on that truck to go and sell. Number one. Number two, and nobody said something about somebody will be coming to work without getting his salary. Where is he getting transport money to salary? So it's temptation. They can do anything to survive. But I saw Governor of Ebonyi State on that lineup. He's there. He's now representing Dave Umahi because Shaguri.
Because he made him governor anyway.
Yeah, because Shaguri, their business partner, is there. Because that 15 trillion coastal region road, Dave Umahi got his own share there.
All of them.
Then Tony and like this guy said that Farotimi said that these guys are putting on what is about $200,000 dollars. I'm going to beg money with people that are putting on $100 watch. That they are not stupid. Okay, those people, that plane, that A330, that is a very mighty plane. There's a time that plane was king of the sky, and Nigeria is poor. And you're flying this thing. Your crew members coming, they are putting on things like, and even they wear Shebio. Did you notice that all of them are on blue? They wear Shebio, and they went there to go and beg money. How would those people see us? They will not give them money. And Mayegu, Tinubu, that man is wicked man. He want to live his life. He use Nigeria as oxygen to live his life and die. Thank you so much, Mayegu. We are in big shit. We are in big shit. But 1 minute. I thank God for coming across your page, and I keep on following you because you're relieving me a lot of things that I don't need to worry myself about. And how did it happen? How will it come? How will this happen? They are all criminals, Mayegu. Thank you so much.
Stay safe, MOG. You have a very good one, sir. Here is another brother, a brother from another mother. How are you, Solova? You may need to mute the broadcast so that because you are connected now. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking.
So I see a lot of people calling, saying something must happen, something must change, something must. I think a lot of people, you don't know how the average Nigerian thinks. The ones in the village, the ones on the streets, the ones that sell their votes, nothing is changing. The average Nigerian believe that if you are poor, that means you do not pray hard enough, that you need to pray harder so that God will answer your prayer. They are not going to make one single move to change that country because all they are going to be doing is praying and praying and praying. Look at when they did last protest. More people came out to work for European God, white Jesus, and they came to come and protest their own hunger and suffering. So until you see that religion die in that country, just forget it. Just forget. These people are going to take that hardship. Nigeria now, the more you suffer, that means when God finally blesses you, it is going to be so big, it is going to be so massive. So that mental stronghold is going to hold them for a very long time. When these politicians are behaving anyhow, it is business. And when you are doing business, you have to place your bets. If you want to bet right now, are you going to bet your money on Nigerians standing up for themselves? Or are you going to bet your money on Nigerians turning everything to joking matter? If I'm gambling,
I'll probably put my money on the latter, to be honest.
Exactly. So that is how they view Nigerians. Nothing is changing anytime soon.
I understand. I get you, Baba. Sure, you get. But I don't want to rule out the people that believes that in all of this too, okay, they are likely going to make a mistake. And I know it is a weak man argument. Sure, you get. It's a weak man argument to say, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to wait for posterity or something to happen. Even if nothing happens, it's still fine by me. I get it. Okay. But at the same time, when you look at these guys, the way they are operating, it is like they've conquered everyone. Everywhere you turn to, In countries where people stood up, right? Put it this way, Solo. In countries where people actually stood up, nobody say Nigerians never stand up before. Sure, you get. In fairness to them, they stood up, but they were supposed to be supported by some institutions. For example, right? If the police clamp down on people, right, and they take them to court, and a judge or the judiciary feel like, no, this is absolute nonsense, and release them, you know that it will be difficult for police to keep harassing and jailing people. Sure, you get. But the whole institution have been so compromised that you just feel like even when they killed the people, you expected some institutions to rise up, but they've all been compromised. So the people have been like captured in between. You get me now? That the fight is not just against the executive, Tifnumbu and gang. It is also against those who are supposed to protect them, but they are not. So I'm not going to probably just rule it out too that you get like, you get where I'm going now. In Kenya, for example, they still have the judiciary to rubbish the effort of the executive, trying to clamp down on the people to some extent. Nigeria, people have nowhere to run to. People were killed. Go on.
The problem is that every oppressor in Nigeria has his own fan base. And because Nigeria is such a big
angle.
Yes, and because Nigeria is such a big country, they can have the smallest amount of fan base, but that fan base will still be massive. And Nigerians are very weak-minded when it comes to power. They always try to, like a monkey, they always try to hang on to the strongest branch. So if Nigerians don't see strength in you, for example, someone like Sowore, he has all the answers and all the things that they want and need, even though they can't agree on one thing. Everything that they want and they need is from, he can give it to them, but they don't see him as a strong branch to land on. So, and it's just
it's frustrating. I get it. So that is where the people that believes that as much as it is so exhaustive, right? It's so kind of like exhausting to think of the whole thing. Know how they believe that these guys can make a mistake, and that mistake can unify everybody who has become so frustrated at some point. That is where the idea of something must happen or something will happen.
No, I disagree.
And you disagree
because
with that,
for you to wait for a mistake, that means you must have a strategy in place. These politicians are very strategic. The people are not. They have no strategy in place. If any, they have this 2 years period with Donald Trump, which they can use to attack this Tinubu government. This is their period to get power back. And my bet is that they are going to miss it because they cannot agree. They are still doing house arguments. They are still praising their celebrities. They are, so until they agree, or until the political class agree, the ones that are left out, which they will never, it is nothing so hard for Kwankwaso and Obi to come together just for taking back power. But they cannot even do that little thing. What destroyed PDP is lack of everybody to agree. APC has people of all tribes, all religion, every difference, but they all agree together. Other parties do not. The people do not. So the suffering will just continue.
It's a long one. I get you. Anyway, Solo Baba, take another one, okay? As we are running the rounding up stage now. Thank you so much, though, for calling in.
All right, bye.
Right?
Have a nice day,
Baba. Yes. Nice one. So I've got another caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, Baba. Mayegun, Pẹ̀lẹ́.
Hey, Pẹ̀lẹ́, Baba. Kitigbe.
Mo gbére Ìbàdàn ìdàn ìlíbí.
Ọlọ́run
ẹkú dìgbé rẹ o. Yeah. My contribution this afternoon is that I don't think there is much difference between our people back home and majority of our people abroad. Because everybody keep talking their own. Religion is the problem. This one is the problem. This one is. We keep on majoring in the problem instead of talking about solution. And the reason I said that is that if you go to the hospital, it is the doctor that knows about your sickness will be able to treat you. It has come to my knowledge that few of the people abroad are the ones that really know deep down the problem and they are speaking into it. I think the time has come for all those who are speaking to begin to get all the facts right and begin to motivate those of us in the diaspora that knows what is going on, and we can challenge these people wherever they come abroad. Because it is this same abroad they are coming to borrow money.
Yes.
But they are covering every information that can come out from that side because they already captured the people at home not to be able to do anything. Anybody that will have spoken, they will buy them. The only person like Shore that they cannot buy, they keep muting everything, making sure they keep him in the dark. But because Shore has a platform, he's still making him to speak to the country. So how many people have that platform that will be able to speak? How many people have the heart like Shore to be able to say, if you say I'm not going to come, I'm still coming. Okay, come and arrest me. How many people will be able to take that risk Shore took that time when they said he's on the watch list, they are waiting for him? Every one of us will have gone. But here where law works, the time has come that these diasporans who are sending over $45 billion yearly home needs to rise up and begin to challenge these people in this part of the world. So that if it comes to law court, we'll go to the law court and say, this is what these people are doing. These are the evidences. Okay, judge it yourself. Why are we not going to fight them? Our people are dying at home. When we work, a salary is 1,006. See, 1,005 is gone. I've got only £100 left today, only paying bills. So, and inside that £100, I will still send something home. How am I going to go to work? I need to get some things. So look at how we are suffering abroad here. It's beyond just talking. We need to take steps. Those of us in the diaspora. So that we can have the evidence. If the people in abroad that are ready to take action have the evidence to fight these people, if we attack them, the highest thing is that we will go to court here. And we will always win them because we have the evidences of what they are doing. We have everything to stand against them. It's only in Nigerian court who can win them. If we start challenging them, they will stop coming abroad. And they cannot do anything to anybody here. So this is the thing I'm looking at because the people at home, they keep on setting up against.
You see, I'll tell you something. That I think if I have a chance of saying to Shore, this is what I would say to him too. I had to, in all honesty, I haven't told anyone this. I had to cut off a communication with Shore because I felt like his chosen out line is not by any means helping in this regard. You need to know your audience to start with, okay? And at the same time, you should possibly be this type of a leader that is all-encompassing. That sometimes right, you leave condemnation for people below you, and you can be a unifying factor for a lot of people. If not, we would have mobilized enough resources to his cause in such a way that, right, it will be a force to reckon with. He has all the quality that is needed to challenge these people. But what he doesn't have is the material resources, which us in the diaspora, if we channel, if it becomes that kind of an embodiment of unification, not a condemnation one for, you know, what I mean by that is this. We have different interests. And Omoyele Shore is the only truthful person that actually addresses all these differences. Okay. Shore understands why people want Nigeria to break, why they want it to happen. And he knows how to make that happen. Shore is the one who knows that except the criminals who have destroyed Nigeria, except they have their doomsday, or except they have somebody that will promise them their Waterloo, where they are going to meet their end, right? Nothing is ever going to really change in all of this.
That's right.
So by so doing, he has somehow alien. I mean, some of us will agree with him that before Nigeria will break up, these current establishments needs to break and be destroyed. Okay, and at the same time, maybe those of us who don't want Nigeria to break, but they want a better one than what they have right now as well, right? Should begin to see in him as a possible leadership. I mean, sorry, a possible leader that could give them what they want, including those who want Nigeria to break, to also see in him as a possible leader. That will, you know what I mean? So when you now want to, when you weigh your audience, the ones you have already, you don't need to convince them of anything anymore. There are those that you don't have now that you need to convince. And it's not by the word of mouth, it's by your own actions. Okay? So put it this way. If Omoyele Sowore can see that, this is just my own opinion now, if he can see that those who are supporting Peter Obi, they are not supporting him as a saint. They are supporting him because they believe, right, is part of the system, stylishly, but at the same time, it's like a choice between the devil and the deep blue sea. None of them is really that great, but one is better than the other. So now, if you want to appeal to that base, right, you have to make sure that you have to tone it down. How you attack what really bring them together. Okay, there's nothing to gain in attacking Peter Obi without any real evidence. Okay, because when you attack Peter Obi like you attack other criminals, right? The followers of Peter Obi, they feel like you are being, you are being ingenious. You are being like disingenuous, rather. Sure, you get.
Can I say something
quickly?
Can I say something? Yeah. You see what I'm going to say is that Yoruba sọ pé ilá ò kí ń ga ju olóko lọ. That is what we are going to use for Sowore, because there are people too that can talk to Sowore. If people that can talk to Sowore can come together and let us bring him to a meeting, a real meeting, and speak to him. Yes, we know that you know all this. Yes, you know that you have the competence. Yes, you know. But there is need for you to do this. We know you don't want to join anybody, but forget about attacking. Let us see how you can sell the market.
You are attacking the base that is more than 20 million of people,
Let us see how you can sell the commodity in your hand. If you know you can't sell it, you can go alone. Go and do whatever you want to do. I think it has come to that stage.
Because
so that
there's no much time on the side of Sowore himself. He's over 56 years old right now. Another few years, he's going to be 60. Right? So we are never going to be seeing him as that young Sowore anymore. So if his rhetoric all this while is alienating some other people that see his brilliancy, right? They see how brilliant he is. But somehow, right, they feel like he's sort of trying to blow out the candle that they are managing to put out there in order to make him his own candle to blow.
I think one of those, one of those things that is really personally to me that is affecting Sowore is all the things he has faced in his life. He has to first of all, we all know everything you've gone through in life from when you are small and you are not ready to give up fighting for Nigeria.
But if you want to lead this flock, you have to kind of compromise
you must first of all put you must first of all put that thing aside first and really do this fighting with the people that can fight together with you.
You can't do it alone, man.
You can't do it alone. Because the way you have to do this thing is that there are still some people, they say, how did they put it? They say, corporation may rice full pot. Not be like Abakaliki rice. But at least, even Abakaliki rice, you go remove the stone where they inside. There are people who go still remove the stone where they inside. They still bring the one where say because of this, the spice of Abakaliki rice, they still make people they shop and because it gets from certain saint where they're different from the one where would they buy from outside.
So it doesn't change who you are, not at all. It actually makes you a better leader who knows that there's going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly that will mix together. All right. Eventually, you kind of like produce what the end result that you really want. Or I mean, to me, he has chosen this hard line that continue to make him an activist and not a leader.
I'm sure he's hearing us. I'm sure he's hearing us. But what I'm going to say is that the reason I know that this guy is the only one that can confront these people,
we can pull all these diasporans together.
Yeah,
maybe not
I
all of
remember,
us, right? And give him this block support enough.
Yeah,
that could change
I remember what Abdul Salam said, and not everybody Abdul Salam can ever say that to. That if we allow you to be head of this country, that means all of us have to run away.
And all of us will have to run away
People
from
don't understand that statement. People don't understand that statement. If only people understand that statement, to God who made me, I believe, say, Showore no one go to Peter Obi. But if Peter Obi can align together with him, this battle is over.
The battle is over. There's a lot that can happen.
The battle is over.
We are not even, I'm just using Peter Obi as an example because of the last election in that place, okay? He's got this, support base, right? That Showore's attitude and the rest towards Obi is alienating them from him.
Yeah, he has
you
to.
You know what I mean now?
He has
you have
to.
your own base.
Means,
you have your own base. They don't need convincing anymore, right?
That's right.
But you need other base to convince them that you are better. So how do you do that? There is no point in the constant attack on them.
He has to come down. Yeah, we all know what has happened to him and what he has gone through, but he has to come down now. Where everybody can see that he is the only one that can confront these people head on.
That's right.
But he needs the support of at least ẹni tó gbé gàrí sórí náà ni tó sọ pé eléyìí ò dà tí yóò dà tábà ní igi yóò dà igi yóò dà tábà yọ igi kúrò ewu la fẹ́ fi tó jẹ jiná. So he has to go to that point or say, okay, let me be toned down and now sift out the people that we know that we can really work together and work together. That doesn't change him. Yeah, that means that. So this is my contribution to
it's
today.
A great combo, sir. Honestly speaking, I appreciate the fact that we're able to even touch that area in this conversation this afternoon. Thank you so much.
It is well.
See you again later. You have a good one, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You see, there is a way that you can. It was MK Abiola who said it. MK Abiola said, there is a way you are going to scream you are going to say yay. You know, if I say the word yay as a Yoruba man, it's like a reaction, right? If I come out and I say yay, 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 everybody will rush out. Kilo happened, kilo day. What happened? What happened? What is it? What happened? Are you okay? You know, that is yay of like screaming. But if I come out and I say, yay, 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 a lot of people will be like, I think he wants to sing. Then I'm like, yay, 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 yay. I'm still using the same yay. It's how I say it that will determine how you are going to react to it. So it is called leadership quality, and then knowing your own audience. In this life, if you know the battle that is really, really ahead of you, then you must understand your own audience, except if you probably have no real intention of going far. But I'll leave that and see you some other time. My time is up. So last night's broadcast is going to come up as a replay in the next few minutes. I'm going to see you later this evening. But until then, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. Okay, and as we are leaving now, remember, like the broadcast, share it. Okay, and I will see you later. Good afternoon.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.